A new study conducted for the World Bank by Murdoch University Institute for Science and Technology Policy (ISTP) has demonstrated that public transport is more efficient than cars. The study compared the proportion of well-poor in transport by 37 cities around the world. This includes both the public and private costs of building, maintaining, and using a transport system. The study found that the Western Australian city of Perth is a good example of a city with minimum public transport. As a result, 17% of its wealth went into transport costs. Some European and Asian cities, on the other hand, spend as little as 5%. Professor Peter Newman, ISTP director, points out that these more efficient cities were able to put the difference into attracting industry and jobs, or creating a better place to live. 1 2 เริ่ม According to Professor Newman, the larger Australian city of Melbourne is a rather unusual city in this sort of comparison. He described it as a true city, a European city surrounded by a car-dependent one. Melbourne's large dam network have made car use in the inner city much lower, but the outer suburbs have the same car-based structure as most other Australian cities. The explosion in demand for accommodation in the inner suburbs of Melbourne suggests a recent change in many people's preference as to where they live.
United Kingdom. Travel times to work has been stable for at least 6 centuries, with people avoiding situations that require them to spend more than half an hour traveling to work. Trains and cars initially allowed people to live at greater distance without talking longer to reach their destination. However, public infrastructure did not keep pace with urban sprawl, causing massive congestion problems, which now make commuting time far higher.
Bicycle use was not included in the study, but Newman notes that the two most bicycle-friendly cities considered, Amsterdam and Copenhagen, were very efficient, even though their public transport systems were reasonable but not special. It is common for supporters of road network to reject the model of city with good public transport by arguing that such system would not work in their particular city. One objection is climate. Some people say their city could not make more use for public transport because it is either too hot or too cold. Newman rejects this, pointing out that public transport has been successful in both Toronto and Singapore, and in fact, he has checked the use of cars against climate and for zero correlation.
When it comes to auto bicycle, factory roads lobby are on stronger ground. For example, Newman accepts it would be hard for a city as hilly as Auckland to develop a really good rail network. However, he pointed out that both Hong Kong and Zurich have managed to make a success of their rail system heavy and light respectively. There are fewer cities in the world as hilly.
In fact, Newman believed the main reason for adopting one sort of tenfold, another is politics. The more democratic the process, the more profit tenfold. It favor he considered foreign organ. A perfect example of this some year ago federal money was gathered to build a new road. However, local pressure group forced a referendum over whether to spend the money on rail instead the real person one and the railway works spectacularly well. In the year that have followed, more and more rail systems have been put in, dramatically sinking the nexus of the city. Newman noticed that Flint had about the same population as Perth and had a similar population density at the time.
In the United Kingdom, power time to work has been stable for a 6th century, with people avoiding situations that requires them to spend more and hard traveling to work. Train and car in the city allow people to ride at greater detention without taking longer to reach their destination. However, public infrastructure did not keep pace with urban sports. Constant machine congestion problems, which now make commuting time far higher. There is a widespread belief that increasing will encourages people to ride farther out their car are the only viable transport. The example of European cities reflects that they are often wealthier than their American counterparts, but have not generated the same level of car use. In Stockholm, car use has actually fallen recent years as the city has become larger and wealthier. A new study makes this point even more starkly. Developing cities in Asia, such as Jakarta and Bangkok, make more use of the car than wealthy Asian cities, such as Tokyo and Singapore. In cities that develop later, the World Bank and Asia Development Bank discern the building of breweries, transport, and people have been forced to rely on car, making the massive traffic jam that characterize those cities.
Newman believes one of best studies on how city built for cars might be converted to real use is the Urban Village Report, which used Melbourne as an example. It found that pushing everyone into the city center was not the best approach. Instead, the proposal advocated the creation of urban villages at hundreds of sites mostly around railway stations.
It was one assumed that improvements in the telecommunications would lead to more dispersal in the population as people were no longer flocked into cities. However, the ISTP team's research demonstrates that the population and job density of cities rose or remained constant in the 1980s after the cliff of decline. The explanation
Travel to Sydney by
for
Kingsford
this
Smith
seems
International
to be that it
Airport,
is
also known as
valuable
Sydney Airport. The city itself enjoys one of the
place
most
people
comprehensive
working
public
in the
transit
village
networks in the
fight
southern
with
hemisphere, as residents use buses and regional
new
rail
world
services to
will
travel between the city
likely
and suburbs,
depend
as well as an extensive network of
on
trams and
human
monorail cars.
creativity
Ferries for commuters and
and
tourists
creativity
crisscross Sydney Harbour
logistics,
daily, while private hire
where
taxis
people
will bring you
come
through the
together
city in style,
face to
day
face
or night.